With it right here with who I started with, we something like a Spartan. It's going hard regardless. I'm from the 826 plus 5. Mo bitches, H-Uno Central Coast mob and suicide bombs, arsonists. I step in the booth and gas, I gotta keep it lit. Engineer all my music, I work hard at this. This is Resin Swift.
Appreciate you for tuning in again at Chicano Tube. You already know who it is. It's your boy Mikey. Do your boy a favor. Hit that like one time for your boy. Hit that subscribe button one time for your boy. I appreciate all my day zeroers and all my day oneers. Today's the day. It's Thursday before Cinco de Mayo. So tomorrow, si eres mexicano, cabrón. If you're into banda, corridos, rancheras, norteñas, cumbias, tomorrow night on the 90s Party Line, we're going to get down. Y también we're going to have a drink. So that'll happen. I don't know around what time. Usually, sometimes I go a little bit earlier if I got things to do. If not, I'll be on at 10 p.m. Could be a little bit earlier just to celebrate with the gente at those peak primetime hours. And also, tomorrow night is my monthly meeting over at the Juvenile Boot Camp. Okay, that's over there on Sanborn in Salinas. And so I call that, I've been calling this since 2015. I've been going over this since 2015. Real Talk with Mike. That's my monthly meeting. Real Talk with Mike over there to the youngsters. Shout out to the youngsters. They watch too también. You know, they got tablets now. It's like a daycare now, you know, even though they got the half of the place now is the YA kids, and it's the new juvenile hall, half of the place is the YA kids. It got a little bit funky when they brought the YA kids down there. All of a sudden they come into my group with black eyes and a little bit more serious. It is what it is, but I'm glad I'm there. At least I've been through those doors 2 times. I've been down that road twice. So I'm able to talk to all of them. And, you know, whether they come out for just the chocolates and the papitas, it don't matter. At least I get to plant that seed. That's my small little grain in the sand in the community. So before we get into the exclusive, this is an exclusive. And I don't just throw that word around. Again, you know, I don't just throw that word around for no damn reason. But this is because I looked around and I said, wait a second, before I call it that, let me research it. Nope. No one has it. The internet doesn't have it. Not one YouTuber breathing on the planet has it. Basically, all the media outlets, what they did was they copy and pasted the CDCR statement when it came to Suede's homicide. Man, that's a cold fucking thing. It's cold just to even say it, man. At 22 years old, when not even sky was the limit. There was no limit. He had no ceiling. He could hit the ground running and did very well for him. But you just never know. Even going down that road, coming out, still involved in that life, it could have ended. It could have even ended the day he got out. It's just that's what that life brings. It's either you're gonna, I remember getting told this. This is crazy. This is programming to the fullest. Back in the 90s, by you know, it like in the early to mid 90s, there was a lot of veterano cats that came out that hadn't been out since the 70s here in Salinas, and it was a very serious environment. And we got that schooling from a lot of them, and it just, we were gonna go to YA. You're gonna go to YA. You're gonna go to jail. You're gonna go to prison. This is all the programming, and more than that. And so, if you want to hear the more than that, the grimy and the gritty stories, the members only is where I put that at. And so, if you want it, this is not for everyone. Matter of fact, don't join. Don't join the members only. I know you guys are going to be like, what do you mean? You're supposed to tell them to join the members only. Well, I'm not doing YouTube for revenue. I'm doing YouTube to get some shit off my chest. And I'm doing the members only for therapy. And I try to slow down and articulate as much as I can to take you back to that point in time when those things happened to me. Getting jumped in, the first time this, the first time that, all those things, right? I'm taking you back to that. So it's really therapeutic, and I slowed down. That's in the members only, but don't join. And if you want to join, you just go to the YouTube page and hit the join button. But that's up to you. There, I could really let loose, like really just let loose, because it's all access there. And the boss YouTube doesn't really trip on over there and lo que dices, especially, well, except certain things, right? Like you can't talk about weirdos and say certain things, right? Anyways, so this is an exclusive, but before I get to that, let me go ahead and give you some of the backstory, okay? So some of the backstory is, as soon as, and I told you this from a buddy of mine, he's brass. Now, this is not information that shouldn't be out there. This is not information that shouldn't be told or anything like that. No, because there really was no reason to disclose what yard. Actually, I don't want you to get confused. But in CTF, it's not called yard. It's called facility. I'm probably going to call it yard so you don't get confused and start thinking if I say facility, what facility he was on, not was in. If it was in, I'd be talking about the 34 in CDCR in all of California. Was on was the yard that he was on, but they don't call it yard. Okay. Now, Salinas Valley in the back, I've been there. That one is called A, B, C, D, and E yard. But over here, the correctional training facility, they call it facility. It just is what it is, right? So I thought about this when I talked to my boy. You know who you are. Shout out to you doing big things on YouTube. I was like, oh damn, I didn't even give that. And then I researched it. I'm like, no one even knows. Does it matter? Probably not. Probably not. That's why CDCR didn't even have to disclose it. If they're giving you an article about a pinchy homicide, does it matter what yard he was on? No. And plus, maybe, for other reasons, which are safety precautions, they wouldn't put that out there anyways. But it don't matter. You know what I mean? It don't matter. But let me let you know. So, correctional training facility. Okay. We're gonna get to the exclusive now. Before I do that, I'm going to start a new segment called the realest comment of the week. This is the most realest comment that I see on any video that I drop throughout the week. This week, the realest comment of the week comes from Anthony 49ers Faithful 11. Anthony 49ers Faithful 11. Let me go ahead and read this. And this is the comment on the Moneysign Suede video that I did the other day. He said this: keeping it solid ultimately took his soul. He knew he was marked and greenlit. He was hoping he could have squeezed by till he got out and rode that cloud of him being a solid dude, and going through all that and remaining solid would have boosted his career. But they got him because of it, and now he has nothing. He's 6 feet down, and his family has the sorrow to carry. Shout out to Anthony 49ers Faithful 11. I know that you were laced up and schooled just by the thought process in that comment. Shout out to you. That's the realest comment of the week. Now let's keep it pushing. CTF was built in about 1946. I believe it was just Central facility was first. And then in 1954, they added South Facility. How do I know this? How could you claim to be from an area and don't know everything about the area? I know everything about my area. And again, in the second chapter of my life, I deal more as a civilian now with a rehabilitative mind, deal more with professionals in different industries and people that actually listen to the podcast. My boy that gave me the information and was actually able to look at the C file before it got archived, because that's what they do. They archive it. Once someone is deceased, it's archived. It's archived forever. He told me this, and I was like, damn, okay. And I didn't know. So I didn't know the current makeup of the facility. And so 1954, they ended up building South Facility because of the YA youngsters that were getting transferred to an adult facility. So with the YA youngsters getting transferred to adult, they wanted to separate them, and they built South. Then they built North, okay? They still got A, B, C, D. D facility got closed in 2021 per my partner. I don't know why. He said it was budget reasons, I think. It was basically an open dorms. It was all open dorms. Maybe for that, or maybe it was funk season and they said, you know what, we can't have these cats inside dorms. It's just not working out. I don't know. A and B, let's get to the exclusive, okay? What facility was the last one that Moneysign Suede took his last breath on? In the shower, okay? A and B are what's called non-designated programming facility. Let me explain that to you now. This is really old, new school shit. It's not old. This is new. November of 2022, CDCR changed their mission statement. I think it was a direct result of the lawsuit that they lost by kicking everyone out of the shoe that hadn't had no write-ups, had been back there for 10, 20, 30 years, most of the cats inside of a concrete cell, going to single man concrete yards and going back in for decades because they were part of a STG, a security threat group. That means they ran with someone. Now, in California, everyone runs with someone. There's no way around it. There's no way you're going to be the cool kid on the block, the square bear that minds his own business. It don't matter. And all 34 facilities in California, they're all like gangland. Okay, they're all like gang. If you don't know what gangland is, go to YouTube, just put it in the search bar, gangland. It's funny that I even say that because even that narrator's voice kind of comes to my head right now, and that narrator's voice is kind of like what would be, going on, because the tension is so thick inside those facilities. So A and B are non-designated yards. In November of 2022, they ended up coming out with this mission statement of integration, and I believe it was a result of the kick out. So they're saying, you know what, if these people really want to come home, we're going to put them on non-designated yards. It's not general population and it's not protective custody. It's both in one. They're on non-designated yards, and this is going to be the wave of the future. It's all going to go in this direction in the Department of Corrections. It's crazy, but it is what it is. I get it. They're offering more programs because, to be honest with you, they don't offer us nothing. They didn't offer them nothing coming out the door. They should have some kind of exit program where you get your driver's license, ID, Social Security, and a trade before you leave the gates, but they don't. It's almost like a setup for failure. But really, at the end of the day, it comes down to choices. No matter how much, you know, stress you got, or the bills aren't paid, and the wife this and the kids that, you got to just keep it together. It's called composure. If not, you're going to sit in a bathroom for many more years, and they might even strike you out. But anyways, A facility in Soledad, B facility in Soledad are non-designated yards, 1 and 2. 1 and 2. They're probably going to make all the 1s and 2s and 34 pintas non-designated yards. That means it's a mixture. It's a capirutada. No one, if you want to get off, you can get off. And then they'll put you on a 3 and a 4 and extend your time and lose your good time and give you 85 and all that. Do what you do. Do what you do. But 1 and 2 on A and B facility in Soledad are non-designated yards. Moneysign Suede, here's the exclusive, took his last breath in Charlie facility at the correctional training facility. He was C. He was on C facility. And in C facility is where they have the ASU, Administrative Segregation Unit, or like the cool kids call it, the hole. Okay, it's just, it's an old term. The hole. It's called the ASU. That was also on C. So he was there on C and got thrown inside the hole in C facility. That's when he wrote that last letter. Again, that's new school shit. I 1,000% do not agree with the girlfriend posting letters, snippets of letters, one whole letter, which was the last one. She just didn't know the get down. She didn't know the get down. That's going to come full circle. People are going to read that. It's going to circulate. People inside, behind the walls. I get on the text line for the Super Love Jam, I get text messages from behind the walls of people wanting to hear certain songs because they hear the radio stations, but they can't do it like a DJ, like I can do it and play those hard to find songs. I know they listen behind the walls. So shit gets around behind the walls. I didn't agree with her posting that letter. I know. I'm 1,000% certain she regrets it. But anyways, let's keep going with this exclusive that no one has, not even the internet, not even TMZ has it. Should have sold this shit to TMZ. But again, it's not really information that's like, oh, wow. People just want to know. And I'm putting it out there for the people. Okay? Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. He was in Charlie Facility Hole when he wrote that last letter. He sent it to his girl. His girl posted it. He got kicked back out. Now, C facility is, again, it's a level 2. So it's crazy that, times have changed. Now they consider firearm weapons charges non-violent. And since California, the law, see, sometimes the laws in California are lawmaker friendly, like the 3 strikes, and want to get people in. Not get people in, but you know what I mean. Basically put the law there so when they trespass it, boom, they're in. Or they're what you want to call criminal friendly. Right now, they're criminal friendly. That means they're getting halftime for weapons. They're getting halftime for things we would have never gotten halftime for in the 90s or early 2000s. We would never gotten that, but he had it. He wrote that letter and he got back out put on Charlie facility. Now, C facility has 3 tiers. It has 3 tiers. And they're 2-man cells. The hole is 1-man cell. So when he was in the hole, they're just 1-man cells over there. So he said he shot a kite in the envelope, the one that she posted. And then he went back out. So it was in Charlie facility hole where he was at. It was in Charlie facility yard where he was at when he kicked back out. And it was in a Charlie facility upper shower at the end of the tier where he was found unresponsive and ultimately passed away a little after 10 p.m. Again, because this is one of those facilities that just has program all day and all night. That's the last bit of exclusive news. I don't know if I'll do another video. If I do another video, it's going to serve a purpose. It's going to be for the youngsters. It's going to be a tale of caution, just like I did that video. 2 life sentences before the age of 21 on a young man that I considered a son growing up. Literally, I would take him with me in my car, as a little chavalito in a stroller and stuff like that. We just, we did things like that in the 90s. Hey, I got to do this, boom, back. Yeah. He got 2 life sentences, one on the street, the other one within 1 year on the main line. It is what it is. Hit that like button one time for your boy. Hit that subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow. But remember what I always say, in the end, all you got is the memories.